Hello everyone, welcome to Science View channel. In today's video, we are going to listen to a science fact. Why do leaves fall in autumn season? So before getting into the video, please watch this entire video, and if you have any science related queries, you can comment it and get it rectified about it. Now let's get into the video. In temperate regions of the world, autumn is marked by the brightly colored foliage that slowly drops from trees and shrubs to carpet the ground. But why do some plants shed their leaves before winter? It turns out autumnal leaf drop is a form of self protection. While evergreen plants in cold climates have thick waxes and resins to protect their leaves from freezing and fracturing, deciduous species generally have thin leaves that are susceptible to cold temperatures. Since water expands when frozen, the tender leaf cells would rupture during the winter, making them useless for photosynthesis. Without dropping these leaves, such a tree would be stuck with thousands of unproductive appendages and no way to make food. As if that weren't reason enough, the surface area of all those leaves would also pose a threat to the plant's physical integrity. Winter months are often windier than other seasons, and the wind against the broad leaves on a cold, brittle tree would cause major breakage. The same goes for the weight of snow collecting on all those leaves. Finally, by the end of summer, many leaves are insect eaten, diseased, or otherwise damaged. Dropping them gives the plant a fresh start in the spring, and the nutrients from the decaying leaves are recycled to help grow the next leafy generation. Interestingly, autumn leaves are not simply blown off trees but are separated from the plants in a highly controlled process. As day length shortens and temperatures cool, hormones within the plant are activated to begin the abscission process. Chlorophyll production stops and the pigment starts to degrade, often revealing showy reds and yellows that were masked by green. The vessels that carry water to the leaf and sugars to the rest of the plant are closed off, and a layer of cells known as abscission layer starts to grow between the leaf stalk and the twig holding it. These cells serve to slowly cut the leaf from the plant without leaving an open wound. As the leaves fall, the plant enters dormancy, saving its energy for the great bud burst of spring. When we take a look at fossil records, they have shown that about 250 million years ago, there was not a single tree on earth designed to survive in temperatures below freezing point. They were all built for life in the tropics where the weather was always warm, water was liquid, and leaves were safe year round. If such trees grew in extreme cold regions, their water would freeze into sharp edged ice crystals, fatally puncturing the living cells. Additionally, the xylem tissue's water would also freeze and bubbles would form from the gases that were previously dissolved in liquid water. When the ice would thaw, these bubbles would impede the upward flow of water, destroying the tree. And thus, we see that for survival, the trees need to prevent damage to the living cells due to ice crystal bubble formation. Apart from extremely cold weather, it is also difficult for trees to survive in regions that are exceedingly dry. In this weather, the plants have to work harder to get water from the soil, and in the process, they might suck in tiny pockets of air from the surrounding tissues, which would lead to their destruction. Therefore, it is to cope with such severe weather, both extremely dry and or cold, that the deciduous trees shed their leaves. To survive in the environment as it becomes hostile, trees initiate abscission, the process of separation of leaves, naturally. Hormones are produced in the terminal buds, the tip of the stem that connects to the leaf. This halts the production of chlorophyll and enables the underlying yellow or orange pigments to shine through, making the trees look like a beautiful painting. The trees also pull out the moisture and other nutrients from the leaves, and while the xylem and the phloem, which carry water and food respectively, are closed off, a layer of cells termed as an abscission layer then grows, cutting the connection between the leaf and the tree. The tree, as a result, then becomes dormant, similar to hibernation in animals, and the colorful leaves then become redundant and are dismantled. Thus, by going leafless, trees conserve energy and moisture while also ensuring that all the valuable nutrients which were laboriously extracted from the soil to build the leaves earlier are absorbed and stored in twigs and branches until it is time for renewal. The exquisite gold and russet displays help deciduous trees recover as much as 50% of nitrogen and phosphorus from the old leaves. It would be right to say that such trees are perhaps the world's prettiest recycling plants. How beautifully nature has provided for recreation, sustenance, self preservation, and recycling of leaves growing from and going back to Mother Earth. Nature indeed is truly marvelous. So, if these leaves are getting dried, don't get disheartened on seeing that during autumn because it is getting enriched. That is nature. So, that's it for today's video. I hope so you got some uh, scientific facts related to why this leaves fall down during the autumn season. And if you have any queries related to science, kindly send in through the comments below. I will rectify it and get it enriched with the scientific facts. We will meet in the next Science Fact Treasury series. Until then, it's goodbye from Sam. Take care.